what if John died?
No, why wouldn't that? A knife! He's got a knife!
Of course he has a knife. He always has a knife. We all have knives. It's 1183 and we're barbarians.
Sometimes history can be far more exciting than the present. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 historical periods often portrayed in movies and TV. For this list, we're looking at the most popular periods of history commonly portrayed on screen.
I have come to take my stepson back. I will deal with him as I think right and dispose of him as I think proper.
In order to qualify, however, the film or TV show must have been filmed outside the time period in which it's set. We are also excluding films set in the future.
Quite an experience to live in fear, isn't it? That's what it is to be a slave.
Number 10. The Vietnam War.
Hey, calm down! Understand the situation and communicate clearly!
One of the most tumultuous periods in American history, made for some excellent movie moments.
Broken arrow! I say again! Broken arrow!
The war officially ended on April 30th, 1975, and it wasn't long before directors were giving their own take on the war.
Either you gotta do it. You don't do it, they're gonna throw you in a pit. They throw you in a pit, you're gonna die.
Isn't that like a
do it. You can do it.
Michael Cimino's The Deer Hunter, released just 3 years after the war's end, won the Academy Award for Best Picture, as did Oliver Stone's Platoon.
I don't know what's right and what's wrong anymore. The morale of the men is low. A civil war in the platoon.
The latter also holds the distinction of being the first Hollywood film to be written and directed by a Vietnam War veteran. With the archetype of the crazy Vietnam veteran becoming something of a common trope in pop culture, this era also serves as the setting for the phenomenal Apocalypse Now, and the quotable Full Metal Jacket, among other classics.
So you're a killer?
Sir, yes, sir!
Let me see your war face.
Sir!
You got a war face? Ah! That's a war face! Now let me see your war face!
Ah!
Number 9. The 1970s.
It's all happening!
It's all happening!
It's all happening!
Although many Vietnam films are set in the 1970s, brutal violence and warfare are not the only hallmarks of the decade. With long hair, bell-bottom pants, and platform shoes all the rage, this period, referred to by some as the Me Decade, has a distinctive look that's been used to great effect in a wide variety of films.
I could only dream about these dresses are beautiful.
Drawing from the ranks of rock bands, news anchors, and con artists, the setting of the 1970s has given the screen some especially interesting characters.
Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island?
Well, you have bad hair.
It was also integral to a popular sitcom, which followed a bunch of teenagers growing up in Wisconsin at the height of the decade. Number 8. The Roaring '20s.
You're going to be the toast to Broadway.
Grab some illegal liquor and start practicing the Charleston, because this decade is an absolute party.
There's anything that you want, just ask for it, old sport.
Widely considered one of the greatest decades in American history, the Roaring '20s is naturally a popular setting for filmmakers. It gave us Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon in drag in the classic comedy Some Like It Hot.
What happened? I'm engaged. Congratulations. Who's the lucky girl? I am.
As well as the iconic Jay Gatsby and his desperate attempt for love.
Daisy, talk to me, darling. I just lost my temper, that's all.
We were also able to see the impact of jazz, booze, and crime on society during this time period, particularly in Chicago and Boardwalk Empire.
What do you call an Irishman who doesn't swear? A mute. What do you call an Irishman who doesn't drink? A corpse. What do you call an Irishman from Atlantic City? It doesn't matter where he's from. You call him an Irishman.
Number 7. Ancient Greece.
This is Sparta!
Gods, heroes, monsters, and epic battles? No wonder ancient Greece is a popular setting. One of the great things about setting a film in ancient Greece is the director is not limited to a certain genre. Fantasy, drama, war, and character pieces are all represented.
You sack of wine.
Before my time is done, I will look down on your corpse and smile.
What other period could give you an epic war between 300 Spartans and hundreds of thousands of Persians, but also see a man fight a kraken? While this period doesn't necessarily produce Academy Award-winning films, it is the setting of some incredibly enjoyable sword and sandal movies. Number 6. The Victorian Era.
Are you watching closely?
From gods and Spartans to top hats and mutton chops, it's hard to find two periods that are more different than ancient Greece and Victorian London.
Man's reach exceeds his imagination.
Yet the era when Queen Victoria reigned over England is an extremely popular time period for filmmakers.
Please, sir, I want some more.
What?
One of the main reasons for this is because of Charles Dickens, with numerous of his works having been adapted for both the small and big screen.
I went to the prison every day and did what I could for him and his family. But I had barely enough to feed myself.
This period was also home to several vicious serial killers, however, including the real-life Jack the Ripper and the fictional Sweeney Todd.
You will be welcome, Beetle Bamford. And I can guarantee to give you without a penny's charge the closest shave you will ever know.
With men like these roaming the streets, it's no wonder they needed detectives like Sherlock Holmes.
Inevitably, one begins to twist facts to shoot theories instead of theories to shoot facts.
Number 5. The French Revolution. Vive la Révolution! This may be the rallying cry among many directors because of the popularity of the French Revolution among audiences.
The Americans are asking for help in their revolution.
Well, I can't exactly see assisting those who are rejecting their sovereign.
This period in history gave us the famous musical Les Misérables, inspired by Victor Hugo's epic novel detailing the rise of the rebellion. Those who prefer violence to singing, however, may want to check out The Lady and the Duke, a film which provides an unvarnished view of revolutionary violence. This period also produced several famous figures, such as Napoleon Bonaparte and the ill-fated Marie Antoinette, whose names still resonate with viewers.
You will have no influence over the king and Dauphin without a pregnancy. Madame, you have the alliance to consider.
Number 4. Ancient Rome.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Perhaps no period in history gave us more famous characters than ancient Rome. Julius Caesar, Mark Antony, Cleopatra, Spartacus, and Commodus are just some of the many legendary names from this era who have memorably appeared on screen.
Am I not merciful?
Yet the most famous character from this period may be the fictional Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Are you not entertained?
Russell Crowe's memorable portrayal of the character in Ridley Scott's Oscar-winning Gladiator practically defines the era.
The frost. Sometimes it makes the blade stick.
With gladiators, chariot races, huge battles, and slave rebellions, what's not to love about ancient Rome?
Your eyes are full of hate. 41. That's good. Hate keeps a man alive. It gives him strength.
Number 3. The Old West. If you like cowboys, outlaws, and living under the constant threat of being killed with a pistol in every saloon you enter, then the Old West is for you. Also known as the Wild West, this era in American history has been a staple of modern cinema, giving heavyweights like John Wayne, Paul Newman, Robert Redford, and Clint Eastwood some of their finest roles.
Any man don't want to get killed. Better clear on out the back.
While the Western genre went through a dry period after the 1960s, 2007's remake of 3:10 to Yuma and 2012's Django Unchained prove the genre is alive and well today.
Billy Crass. Now where were we?
Number 2. The Middle Ages. The Middle Ages may not have been known for hygiene and high standards of living all around, but luckily we don't have to smell the characters on screen. Knights, kings, princesses, and castles all translate perfectly to the cinematic industry, making this period one of the more popular ones among audiences.
I now know that all the blood I have shed, all the lives I have taken, have led me to this moment.
Of course, there was no shortage of excellent characters for directors to choose from, both real and fictional, including Henry II, Richard the Lionheart, the Black Prince, King Arthur, and Robin Hood.
I will make you no promises save one. That if you truly believe in your hearts that you are free, then I say we can win.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
You didn't beat me. You ignored the rules of engagement. In a fair fight, I'd kill you.
And that's not much incentive for me to fight fair, then, is it?
John Dillinger.
That's right. My friends call me John. But a son of a bitch screw like you better address me as Mr. Dillinger.
I am my father's daughter. I am not afraid of anything.
Number 1. World War II.
Ideals are peaceful. History is violent.
Easily the most popular period of history for filmmakers over the past few decades. It seems like a new World War II movie is released every year. With conflict all over the world, brutal fighting, and several countries banding together to stop a madman, however, it's no wonder that the Second World War makes a great setting.
Sir, that's not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying it seems like an unnecessary risk given our objective, sir.
Our objective is to win the war.
Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List were Oscar favorites and explored different elements of the war, while Band of Brothers is widely regarded as one of the best miniseries of all time.
I don't think that's the correct reply, Trooper. I say flash, you say thunder. Yes, sir. Thunder, sir.
To top it off, the success of 2014's Fury proved that audiences aren't tired of seeing this period relived on the big screen yet.
It will end. Soon. But before it does, a lot more people gotta die.
Do you agree with our list?
Fill your hand, you son of a bitch!
What historical periods do you like to see adapted for film or television?
I'll tell you when I get to know you better.
For more exciting top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Hello, Daddy. Hello, Mom. I'm Cherry Bomb.